Visualizing and mapping persona work, performing professional persona, the student persona, eSport stardom, and the Gameur. Being a university student involves coming to an understanding that while technical affordances of personal computation devices are a means for negotiating relations with the educational institutions, they are also a pathway to achieving critical professionalism for future careers. The challenge that students face when moving through the university environment and into employment with an ongoing career trajectory is how to expand their personal and social media practices to accommodate an online persona that is best suited to their future professional selves. Student personas, like professional personas, are more than a website, a Facebook profile, an e-portfolio. They are a hybrid collection of digital objects, including self-mediated and remediated content and expressions that circulate as part of the nominated identity interface that stands in for the individual online. Twitter is a platform that faces perennial problems of balancing advertisers' interests with those of their intended and established users. It's also a platform that's enjoyed a new degree of notoriety thanks to its relationship with the incumbent President of the United States. At the University of Wollongong since 2008, we have used Twitter in the Media and Communications Studies bachelor degree as a means for assisting students to develop a professional online presence. Twitter has been a channel for conversation and discussion, commentary and criticism, and is directly integrated into the student experience as a means of reporting on their learning and their research generated through their studies. Visualizing how an individual or institutional persona interacts with others is a useful way of assisting students to acquire skills in managing their intercommunicative self professionally. One way to do this is to visualize a student cohort's use of a subject-related hashtag, which reveals to the student their own micropublics of attention. A micropublic is a useful term for indicating the audience's ability to participate in the collective performance of the public self. Audiences contribute to the presentation and circulation of persona across multiple media platforms and communication services, which can be described as moving intercommunicatively. For example, students have been known to tweet lecturers about emails sent via other platforms regarding comments made on blog posts with links to YouTube videos. Although it's not possible to map this kind of activity that moves across platforms, it is possible to visualize the data related to the Twitter hashtag by drawing on the algorithmic approach of social network analysis as a means for visually exploring the quasi-professional personas being developed by students in order to make this performativity visible to the students themselves. These are sociograms. They are heterogeneous and provisional representations. Instead of generalizing about insights into global patterns of audience activity, the emphasis is on professional network formations and making use of a series of intellectual, algorithmic, and technical instruments that assist in producing an understanding with students about their overlapping positions in their own audiences and their role as audience, without attention to unifying or collapsing these ideas and positions into a single unitary notion. To switch industries and professions, one industry which has seen a recent rise in the professionalization of its consumers is the games industry, with dramatic increase of professional gamers, both in competitive play and online streaming via sites like Twitch TV and YouTube. The rapid acquisition of the representational fixtures of competitive sports professionalism by the eSports leagues includes the politics of player stardom, brand management, televisual coverage, and corporate sponsorship. Currently, the world's most profitable esport is Dota 2, a team-based massively online battle arena or MOBA. The Global Championship, the International, was held in Seattle in August 2016 and won by Wings Gaming, a Chinese team, who earned a US $9 million in prize money out of a total pool of $20 million. The team management takes its share, of course. However, individual earnings still compare favourably to the top professional sporting events, including the Golfing Masters, the Tour de France, and the Wimbledon's men's finals. And here's a list of the top 10 highest earning eSport stars of 2017 currently. This is a sociogram of a network visualization of tweets tagged with the hashtag Dota2TI6 during and following the championship in August last year. The Twitter hashtag was visualized using NodeXL, a network overview and discovery exploration plugin tool for Excel with a dataset of over 1,500 tweets. The four large clusters indicate communities of connections forming around similar behaviors of liking, following, tweeting, and retweeting, creating intercommunication between multiple micropublics. For example, the large cluster on the left shows the common use of the hashtag Dota2TI 2016 and Grand Finale. The top right cluster features the use of Dota2TI 2016 and cosplay, indicating two heterogeneous audiences of the one event. At the center of each major cluster is usually an eSport star or team Twitter account, indicated by the large numbers of followers, likes, retweets, which reveal their centrality within a persona micropublic. The degree of agency over the individual representation of eSports stars is not unlike that of other team sports and professional leagues, where club management regulates individual player history, biography, communications with news media. The top esports competitors, however, regain a degree of autonomy over self-presentational strategies via in-game nicknames or tags, in-game communication channels, web forums, online chats, live streams, podcasts, and players that intercommunicatively make up the player's persona. Finally, I want to draw your attention to another component of the games industry, that is the role of the developer, which has become a celebrity figure. In the past, the studio system of digital game development has made personalities out of leading industry figures like John Carmack, Peter Molyneux, Satoshi Tajiri, and Shigeru Miyamoto. But over the past decade, game development tools like Unity, Unreal, and the rise of the modding scene, and the provision of digital distribution platforms like Steam and the Apple iOS Store has meant that the industry has returned to its early days of small teams and bedroom programmers, bringing new types of gaming experiences to worldwide audiences as independent developers, or indies. In the most recent edition of the Persona Studies journal, Stefan Werning draws attention to the persona of the games developer that is, at least in part, comprised of the games they make. I use the term Gameur, a portmanteau of gamer and flaneur, as a way to recognize the important relationship that indie games developers and designers have to their playing public as a professional persona. Whether it's through Twitter, Reddit, Facebook, websites, or blogs, indie game designers must cultivate their professional persona as a bridge between the players and the games. Like celebrities, they must manage their micropublics intercommunicatively across multiple platforms, even as part of the games themselves. And this has led to a new breed of community-driven game designers. The Gameur is an form, as defined by Susan Buck-Moores, a phenomenological fragmentation that bears traces back to the flânerie of Baudelaire. And as a post-flaneur, the Gameur is a means to critique the games industry and to speak back against regressive phenomena such as homophobia, transphobia, misogyny, racism, ageism, as well as issues of class, labour, and migration. The indie game designer as the Gameur is one way the games industry is speaking back to the problems experienced as a result of what Mio Consalvo calls toxic gamer culture. One of the reasons for indie game darling Minecraft's early success was that the developer Notch had a presence in his game, joining in play with gamers from around the world. But this extended to other social media platforms like Facebook and Twitter, which can be seen from this sociogram visualization of Notch's Twitter micropublic in a 24-hour period. Here we can see him engaging in debates about the future of the industry, in discussions about politics, and talking to players about the experience that the game was taking. Thanks for watching and listening to my ideas about visualizing and mapping the persona of indie games designers or gamers eSport stars and students as developing professionals. If you have any questions, please follow me and ask me on Twitter, and I'll respond there. Thank you.